I was like, I saw it dip so quick because it was so volatile. And I was like, oh no, it's a couple dollar loss.
You can always edit things out, and yeah, I always go to the edit process anyway. But I don't know if you've ever listened to me. It's all very conversational, very stereotypical podcast based, and just kind of see where it takes us. And I'm really happy to be doing this. Able to listen to you guys for a little bit, each individually. I saw one of you on mine for crypto, and you're all into NFTs and Doge. And honestly, I don't know a ton about that world. Decided to get into it, but thank you for doing this. I appreciate it.
What's up, Troy? Thanks for having us.
What's up? Don, you there as well?
Yep, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, we appreciate you having us, man.
I appreciate you making the time. I really do. So I guess on that note, we can get into it. Yeah. So I always love hearing the stories. How did y'all get together? How did the radio station, or I guess the space call that I call radio, how did that all get started? And yeah, I'd love to hear the story. However you want to start.
Doge brought us all together. We all came to Twitter looking for info on Doge and befriended each other. We had other common interests, and we had some friends that were into singing and freestyle rapping. So like the whole space thing with Doge and Apes Got Talent came about from a few friends just hanging out, and that's really how it all started. We were like, hey, let's sing. And then we were like, hey, let's make it a certain night. And we've been going every Friday night since then, and it's been 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah, nearly 2 years. Every single Friday night, we haven't missed one.
That's incredible. I'm hoping to be that consistent with these episodes. That's really incredible. So I guess on that note, if it was Doge that brought you together, what brought each of you to Doge?
Whitney,
What's funny is, I didn't know too much about like cryptocurrency or stocks or anything like that. But, the whole COVID situation hit, and I began like working from home, doing things from home. So my brother hit me up, and he's like, I'm a huge animal lover. I don't have any kids or anything like that, just animals. And my brother was like, there's this silly coin that's got a dog on it. You should like look it up. And so I did, and it like really caught my interest or whatnot. So, just kind of started from there. And then the whole AMC GameStop movement came into play as well. And I've met a lot of cool people that are also interested and found their route in that too. So here we are.
Super cool. What kind of animals do you have?
I've got a dog and a cat right now in my small little place, but one day I hope to have all the animals, really.
All the animals?
Like Don's got a cool farm with like goats and all that cool stuff. And I'm like, that's the life one day.
Yeah, that's actually the dream life. My brother wants to do that. He wants to be self-sustainable on his own farm and have all of the animals, get all of his food from the farm. That sounds cool. So yeah, Don, tell us about you, man.
Yeah, so getting into Doge and crypto or whatnot, there's just a big buzz going around about crypto, and I didn't know much about it, and I started doing a little research, and I stumbled upon obviously Bitcoin and Ethereum and Litecoin and Doge. I really liked what was happening with Doge, and I just dove in, and then I found the community on Twitter after I did my initial investment, and the rest is history. A couple years later, here we are. I got brought on to DAGT later. They started it. I think I've been on board about 8 months now. But that's how I got into Doge and crypto, and just fanned out from there.
How did you get brought on? Were you just a fan of the space and just talked one day, or how'd that all go down?
Oh, DAGT, yeah. I don't know. I ran around with DJ and Whitney on Twitter for a while, and getting into NFTs and projects and whatnot. And I don't know. We just spent a lot of time together when we were on Twitter. So one day they asked for some help. So of course I was excited to give it, because who wouldn't want to be a part of something cool that happens every week for the community and just brings fun every week.
Oh yeah. And how do those calls go? I know that you said you had friends that were singing and rapping. I actually love to rap with one of my friends. He's a producer. It's what he does, and he taught me how to rap way back when, and it's actually a really fun hobby. I like doing the ciphers, but
You've
so
gotta
anyway,
come, bro.
oh,
You gotta
I,
come throw it down one night.
maybe I will. That sounds nerve wracking. I've only done it in front of like, actually, I usually only do like 4 people, but South by Southwest in Austin, Texas, which is actually coming up here, and I'm very excited about it. I was very drunk one night and I rapped in front of a big crowd. It went pretty well. So I guess I could give it a try, but no promises. No promises on how the result
We
is.
all get, I will say, it's a lot of more introverted, you know, we don't know, we just want to chill and vibe. So like we all get nervous. Hell, we've been doing it every Friday for so long, and there's still times where I'm just like, wow, I'm shaking right now.
Yeah,
But
it
you'll
is so
find like
fun.
the first time you do it, you're just like, okay, and then you won't be able to stop.
It's
Oh yeah, that's
addictive.
awesome. That's awesome. That's so cool. So other than rapping, what else are you guys talking about? Do you ever go into like the fundamentals of plays of why we're in Dogecoin, for example? We're talking politics, or is it just truly someone starts talking about their day and you just kind of go from there?
We actually try to avoid talking about anything there. It's kind of a space that we have to alleviate ourselves from the thoughts and cares of the week behind us. Some people will mention crypto sometimes, but it's mostly personal stuff, like how people are doing individually in their lives, and that kind of a hangout where people can vent a little bit. And, once we do chat, that comes out sometimes. Just, it's really, I guess for me, it takes my mind off of my regular work day and everything else. So that's kind of what it's meant to a lot of other people too, I think.
That's super cool. That's honestly, it's beautiful. And my mind's always on this podcast these days. It really is like the dream for me. Is to be able to like make a living doing this, talking to cool, awesome people. And my whole theme here is the good of Twitter. I happen to kind of stumble into this where I downloaded Twitter because of AMC. And then I just kind of like fell into the AMC community the same way you all fell into this community on Twitter. I know Don was talking about it, that he was on Twitter and found y'all. And I thought that was so beautiful. And when I wanted to take my podcast to its next step, I started with vending machines. I had a vending machine company a long time ago. And I just thought that idea was so cool. I just thought, wow, like this is really cool what's happening on Twitter. And it's really special. And all you hear about is the toxic stuff. So like it's all, it's like the clicks, and obviously there is part of it that is toxic. But something I never heard about in Twitter were these communities that just like they can mean a lot to people. They can do a lot of great things. And I've learned so much. I've met so many cool people like y'all here. And yeah, I think that's awesome. I think that's really, really cool. It sounds like it just truly is Friday unwind. Okay, we
Yeah,
did
it
it. Made
is.
it through a
You
week.
know, it's Doge and apes. So like we welcome every community, crypto and stocks, whatever, just to come hang out. It doesn't really matter what you're into. But when we named it, all of our friends were into those two things. It was like Doge and also GMC or GME and AMC. So it was kind of a natural fit. But that's the number one thing that the friends we've met from the AMC community have said about our space, is that there's no toxicity, and like it's chill, and they're surprised. Like that's been the number one comment from anybody coming over from that community.
Yeah, there's a lot of toxicity there, man. Like there's is really good there, but I don't know. I'm always so curious if I know the number of AMC people on Twitter that aren't actually involved in that space and care to see what's happening, because there is so much drama that I was just like, I'm never involved. I don't know the names, but there's definitely a given percentage of people that are just like angry. I'd say because I mean, hurt people, right? And I'd say it's probably because like, hey, like a lot of my friends, I got in early and definitely got lucky in that way. But a lot of my friends that got in at 40, 50, 60. And I think they're just hurt because they've lost so much money at this point. And for a lot of us, it was our first investment. So we really don't know what I'm doing. And I think they're just kind of lashing out. But
Yeah. Well, when I first
yeah,
got into Doge, a friend introduced me, and I like instantly, this is like late 20. I was like scared because it was like my first crypto. I'd bought stocks before and never bought a stock with selling in less than a year in mind. So I'm like long term for everything, right? Or
Gotcha.
at least medium to long.
Yeah.
So with crypto, I was like, I saw it dip so quick because it was so volatile. And I was like, oh, I'm out. You know, it's a couple dollar loss. I'm out. But then I've seen in the crypto community, and especially Doge, that a lot of the people are concerned with long-term price gains and not necessarily the short term. And with stocks, a lot of people are necessarily interested in the short-term gains. So that might be a little bit of the difference in mindsets and people you see in every community, you know.
That's interesting. I never thought about it that way.
At least from the people that I've met. Like, I don't hear people talking about, oh, I'm looking for AMC to moon in 5 years.
Yeah, no, I think you're right, because everyone got into AMC, myself included. You got into AMC expecting like a quick play, quick in and out. And for me, it turned into something more than that. Like, obviously, I'm still in it because I still think it's gonna make money based off what I've learned over the last 2 years and what I've studied. And yeah, it's just my conviction, but it just became so much more than that for me. And it's like, yeah, this is a war that people are fighting, and I want to be a part of it. And like, let's go. Let's run it. I'm an
Yes,
ape.
ape stronger together.
Yeah, ape
I
strong
feel like
together.
we're like and even in the crypto world, like with Doge, we're fighting for money, for currency and stuff like that. And we're all fighting like the same war, but different little pieces of it. And I think that's really
Yeah.
cool and bringing a lot of folks together.
Yeah, that's such a good point. I've never thought about that either. We are fighting the same war, just I guess, yeah, different battles, different parts of the continent, so to speak. Like, that's very, very true. Because I mean, I never really thought about. I don't really mess around with cryptos. I just don't really know anything. I own a tiny bit, but once I started reading about like Bitcoin, I was like, oh, they're trying to making new money because there's CBDCs coming out for countries, and they just want to have an independent money system. And then I started learning more about all the other cryptos and Doge a little bit. And Doge, I didn't learn a ton about it, like fundamentally, technically what it is, but I do love the community. Like, it's such a tight knit community. And that's actually, I've never heard anything bad about the community. Like, I've never heard someone leaving the community. And I hear that all the time in AMC, like these big influencer guys, like they kind of get sworn out or somebody kind of bullies them. Again, going back to that, I wonder how many people are on Twitter and what's the percentage? Like, I feel like it's maybe 1%, 2% of people that are talking in the community that is mean or just hurt or whatever it is. But you don't hear that in Doge. And I know people have made and lost money in Doge, just like everything else. And it is a special community. I do like what y'all have going on.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
definitely
the new
people
thing
that-
on Twitter. Oh, go ahead, DJ.
I was just saying, there's definitely people that have been hurt financially by Doge, but I've seen a couple toxic people, but yeah, it's less than in regular life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. And less than in the stocks too. I've never like put a lot of thought into it, but now that once you said it, it's like immediately, oh yeah, click. It's just that's super cool. And then just popped in my head. I remember when I was texting you guys on DMing you on Twitter, and I was actually just DMing one of you that Stonk Vision put me in touch with. Like, no, we have to have these two on too. I think it was Whitney and Dawn. Like, you have to have them on too, and they're the ones doing all the heavy lifting and playing different roles here. Like, so what are the roles? Like, do you have roles when it comes to this, or is it very, very much free form? Music's playing until the host kind of starts it.
It's a lot of freeform. I mainly do all of the promotions and the graphic design behind those, and it's
Like
like,
promotions.
yeah, well, like we'll put out promos like, hey, Friday night we're doing this, you know, like a tweet. So I'll put graphics together for those. We've all done things like gone out and found people that have prizes or whatever they want to give, or just a friend of ours that's, you know, selling prizes or selling merch in Doge or something. And we'll question them. Hey, you want to come shill your merch? You know, that kind of a thing. But it's kind of spread around. But then when it comes down to a Friday night, it's Don is like the machine behind the entire show. Don and Whitney are, because he takes care of keeping track of every single person that goes, which allows us to distribute prizes and other things. And so, and then Whitney is the hostess with the mostest.
Love it. Love it. Dawn, I haven't heard her talk a lot lately, but I'm curious, what made you take that role? Are you the one that, I'm pretty sure you're the ones mining for Doge or Bitcoin? I'd love to hear more about that as well. But yeah, man, what would you say your role is in all this?
Well, I mean, I came on board because I love hanging out with DJ and Whitney, and there's a lot of fun and a lot of like real laughs that happen on Friday night. It's not all strict and fake. There's real joy that happens, and it's a lot of fun to be a part of that and help manage that. I guess like keeping track of the list for tips and build a poll so we can vote for the favorite performer of the night, and we all wait for the results to come in, and Whitney takes care of trivia usually.
Y'all got a trivia night?
Yeah, we'll take breaks in the middle of the show, and for the listeners down below, we'll do trivia, and then they can win some Dogecoin. It's
Super
pretty fun.
cool.
Yeah,
That
we
is super
wanted to
cool.
incorporate people that don't necessarily want to come up and speak. We wanted to incorporate something that they could also participate in. So we've been trying to throw in like 2 to 3 rounds of trivia on Fridays lately. That's been pretty cool. We'll give out Dogecoin or some NFTs or something like that. And it's been pretty fun though. So I think we'll stick with doing that.
Yeah, it's super cool. It's super cool how this has evolved and just what you're turning it into. I love that.
I think it used to be a lot more where we just started the space and just kind of went with the flow. Now there's a lot of moving pieces that kind of need to be managed and taken care of, and we all just kind of find our role and what needs to be done to ensure we're sticking with our word. We don't want somebody to perform and then we accidentally forget their name off the list or something like that. That would just be a terrible feeling. So we try to do the best to like make sure all those moving pieces are going in the right spots and stuff like that too, while still turning up and having fun.
That's awesome. Don, were you about to say something as well?
Oh, I was just there was a dead spot there, so I was gonna just fill in with the miner. I've like I'm not super educated in it, but I have a mini Doge Pro. It runs a script algorithm which co-mines Litecoin and Dogecoin like at the same time, and then once it does so much work, it kicks me out of payment to my wallet.
Super cool. How long does that usually take to get a payment?
I get 1 to 2 a day. So every now and then I'll get 2 within 24 hours, but I'll usually get 1 every 24 hours. And I get paid in Litecoin. It's like 0.01 Litecoin a day. Sometimes I'll get 2. It's not that much, but I mean, it adds up. I got over 1 Litecoin built up now. It hasn't paid for itself yet, but we're getting there.
How long till it pays for itself?
Shoot, probably a couple years, I'm guessing.
Yeah, that could be a vending.
Maybe just under 2.
That could be a vending machine too. Those used to go anywhere from 3 months, like maybe 2 years if you didn't get a good spot, but
yeah,
it's funny you say effort.
That. I run a vending machine business myself for like employee break rooms.
No way.
Yeah.
How? Okay. Whoa. I'd love to hear about that actually. How'd you get into doing that?
Well, man, that's a whole long story. That has nothing to do with the show.
I guess another time I'd love to hear about that. That's how this podcast started. I mentioned it earlier a little bit, but had a vending machine company back in college and wanted to start a podcast. It's like I'd like to teach people something and like help people in some way. And that was like really what I knew how to do was, hey, I started a vending machine company. I don't really see any podcast up running at the moment. So just kind of hopped in and filled those shoes for a little bit.
Heck yeah, we can chop it up about that another time for sure.
Would love to. Love to. I wish I joined a show. I had no idea actually. It was hard. It was kind of hard doing my due diligence. Usually I can like read a Twitter for an hour or so and just like, okay, get a good idea of who y'all were. But I definitely should have asked to come on a show first. 'Cause then I could have had the whole experience in there, and I would feel like I would have had so many more questions. So I guess I'll have
You're
to
gonna
hop
have to
on this
come visit
Friday.
one of the Friday nights, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. I'll have to come visit Friday. That sounds super cool. I've been to a handful of spaces, and I don't think I've ever been to one like that. That's people are singing and rapping and trivia. It just really is like, all right, grab a beer and just come have a good time. That's awesome.
That's what it's all about, man. And recently, we've actually been have a sponsorship running with Own the Doge, which is an NFT that's been fractionalized. It's like the original picture of Kabuso on the couch that her mom took of her. So the original Doge meme, it's been fractionalized into pixels. And we've been given the opportunity to give away a pixel a week, which gives people like a piece of meme history. So it all kind of ties in together and it's awesome. And that also,
Wow.
they have a huge community on Discord. And we've actually taken the Friday night to the Discord. And we're going to continue to do that about once a month because it kind of introduces us to the community on Discord. Because there's people that are just on Discord. They don't ever go to Twitter. So we met a lot of new people and can kind of intermingle people that are all having the same interest in Doge there too.
That's super cool. I didn't even think about Discord. But wow, that's so cool. They just find you guys and reach out one day. That's a
Well, no,
really cool little project.
we've actually been friends with a lot of people that are a part of the project for like 2 years. I've known one of the people, Doge Generals, Doge King, aka Shrimp Milk, aka Doge Academy. Goes by a lot of different names, but the very cool thing about it, I guess, is that it's Doge related. A bunch of people that are into Doge and just nice people, generally nice people. And the way that they've set up the NFT is unlike any other I've really seen because you use their governance token. So you buy it with Ethereum, you swap it over to their governance token. And there's only a certain amount of tokens that you need to mint a pixel, and that never changes. So whether the price of ETH goes up or down, or the price of their governance token goes up or down, it doesn't matter. It's the same amount. But then you can actually burn the NFT. If you don't like what you got, you can here, take it back. And they give you like 99% back.
Best part about it.
Yeah, that is absolutely the best part about it because they've actually had little clubs come up because of the picture. Like there's flowers in the picture, there's a couch, there's curtains, there's the dog. So people that have minted all around the same area, like maybe an eyeball or a snout, they'll make a snout club. Or there's the flower DAO. So everybody that has minted on the flower, they've actually like created a special DM for them, and they do special events just for them, and they can do giveaway. It's nuts. It's great. It's too much to talk about in just a few minutes time because there's a whole ecosystem behind it.
That's incredible. Oh my God. Okay. I'm convinced. I gotta learn more about this. I gotta learn more about NFTs and all of that. Holy shit. That's so cool. Wait, so what clubs are you guys a part of? Which ones do you have?
Whitney and I are in the flower DAO.
Yeah, I'm not in the flower
The first pixel I ever minted was a part of the flower DAO. So I was really welcomed in. We've got a cool crew of flower pixel Doge holders, and yeah, we like vote on on random things like, is the petal a part of the flower or is the stem a part of the flower? It's just fun things. Really cool group of people.
That is super cool. How many people belong to each club roughly? I mean, I'm just kind of trying to like figure out the whole ecosystem here.
I don't know really.
In the flower DAO itself, there's at least a dozen, right?
Yeah, at least there's probably a good 20 people in this flower community.
Yeah, and then if you ever see hashtag couch gang, that's pretty much anybody that minted left or right of the couch, left or right of Cabuso. But I'm a part of the
And there's
couch.
probably hundreds of those. There's
Left couch is the best couch.
I got left couch too, bro.
Oh, it's awesome. There's a rivalry there too. That is super cool. So I guess we did come here to talk about the show. And was there anything in particular that you wanted to promote with the show, or that you were hoping to talk about that I would bring up? Again, Friday I need to join, and I feel like I'll know so much more to talk about. But was there anything that coming into this, like while you were waiting for me to get here, you're like, oh, I hope he asks a question about, I don't know, I got XYZ.
No, really wanted to just learn more about your show, and so we checked you out a little bit. I mean, I don't know, I didn't really have any questions, but other than what is the main goal of what you want to do with your podcast? Let's turn the interview around.
Interesting top. Okay. I like where you took that. Yeah, I guess the main goal of what I want to do with my podcast, I'm a long-winded guy, so you're gonna get a long-winded answer if you're asking me questions. But I'd want to start the answer to that question with my original main goal. I was like very lost in doing what I was doing. Like I got my CPA because I thought, get a good career, and just didn't like accounting. And I kind of went into tech consulting and finance, like Excel work stuff, and trying all this different stuff. And one day my brother just asked me, like, hey, what, like, what's your dream? Like, if you could do anything, if you could be anybody. And I was like, I don't know. Like, I see Joe Rogan is making like $100 million or something crazy, and he just talks to people that he thinks are cool and interesting, and like he's getting paid to do that. I don't need to make $100 million, but I can just make a living doing that. That'd be a dream come true. And it just kind of like started from that conversation, because I just got an awesome big brother, and a few awesome big brothers actually. But from there, I just decided, okay, I'd try and make this work somehow. I got a podcast coach, and told me to niche down. So I went to the vending machine thing. And then from there, I kind of like petered out, and I got a little lost. And I just didn't know what to do. Didn't really have enough content for that to keep going. And it had no why, it had no meaning. So to get to your original questions, like what's the goal is I found this AMC community on Twitter, and the idea just kind of hit one day. I was like, there are no apes doing a podcast, and I really want to hear more about the people making memes, or some of the people hosting space calls, or some of the people, Apes for Change, this charity, and all these different things. I want to hear these stories. I think these people are super cool, and this community that I just stumbled upon is super freaking cool. So yeah, I'll do that. I want to spread those stories. And it turns out a couple hundred people also want to hear these stories and are just interested in this community. And as I got more into it, it kind of now has turned into the good of Twitter, where it really is about getting to know all these good communities inside this investor realm. It was like your community. That's like, I feel like that was like the main topic of our first 20 minutes, half hour there was, no, this is just an awesome community of great people. We get to come and de-stress from the week and hang out. And you've met people in this NFT Pixel Doge group, and you've met people just mining and rapping and singing, and all these good people in this community, dozens, hundreds of people. And yeah, my goal is to spread that. And I think if I do well by these communities and spreading the good in these communities, and what I see on Twitter, I know I enjoy it. I know it's fulfilling. And I think whatever it takes, 1 year, 5 years, 10 years time, I think at that point, the universe would take care of Troy if I focus on that. So
Man,
yeah.
you want what drives people and have good communication and conversation about that stuff. I love it.
Yeah, I appreciate it. But yeah, actually, that just popped in my head. So when you started this space call, how many people was it, and like how has it grown? I'm interested in that part of it too. Was there a point where like, oh wow, this was 4 or 5 of us, and Now I'm kind of nervous because now I'm hosting a trivia in front of hundreds of people. Like, how is that, seeing that grow, and what are those numbers like?
It varies depending on what people are doing on Friday night.
Yeah, that makes
And
sense.
since we started, there've been I'd say dozens, if not hundreds of different karaoke shows that all happen at the same time. So there's a wide variety of people that step through. I mean, our average is like 150 to 300 people come through every Friday night, and we can sometimes have 35 people perform. So it can be like a 5-hour night, 6-hour night sometimes.
Yeah, that's like 2 concerts right there. That's wild. I feel like, wait, do you guys perform at these ever?
Yeah, each of us does. Not every Friday night, but yeah, each of us does take a turn sometimes.
What's your go-to? What's each of your go-to?
My go-to is the call to Dawn and have him get some Biggie going.
Baby,
Oh.
baby.
Oh, I love it. Don, what's your go-to?
No,
Also
that is
Biggie?
my go-to. Biggie.
Oh,
Yeah,
that is
yeah,
your
that's-
Biggie.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, my go-to is to call upon him.
yeah. Biggie's my thing.
What Biggie song in particular? All of them? Any of them?
I can do like 3 or 4 of them pretty good. Like most all the words to them.
Like Juicy.
Oh yeah,
Big Pop.
Juicy, Big Papa, Hypnotize.
Oh, that's a good one. Juicy was like the first rap song I ever heard. I grew up in like kind of the farm. It's almost what you picture when you hear Kansas. And I never really heard rap until I heard Juicy in like 6th grade, and I fell in love with rap after that. That was like an eye-opening experience for me. And Whitney, what about you? You ever sing? Ever rap?
Well, I do, it really depends on the mood. But yeah, when I get a chance, I definitely love to rap. I'm no like freestyle or anything. I can't just come off the top of the head too well, like a lot of our friends. Shout out Sergeant Esco. But no, like last Friday, for instance. So about a year ago, one of my now favorite performers that I've got in my Apple Music list, Mana is his name. He came through on Friday, and I was like, yo, I would love to rap this song that I have had stuck in my playlist now for a year. And it was really cool. He's never had like anybody rap one of his songs or, sing one of his songs back. And that was like a really cool moment, But yeah, you never really know what to expect. We definitely like to sing or rap or whatever, let it out on Fridays. Sometimes it's just like jam packed though. We're like, we want to hear everybody else. So
Yeah. No, I feel that's awesome though. That's a super cool moment y'all had. I'll have to look up Mana on Spotify. Always love hearing new music.
That's some good stuff, man.
yeah,
Hell
he
yeah.
is available on Spotify too. Really good artist.
Is it MANA?
Yeah.
Cool. Sorry, what were you saying?
Yeah,
Doc?
Mana Monteo.
I was just gonna say that we have a lot of really good poets that come through every week as well.
Oh,
Come through.
super cool.
Yeah, we do ciphers for days, man.
And Mindset is really good.
Yeah,
Shout out Mindset.
Huge shout out.
That's awesome. You say Mindset?
Yeah. Here, I'll send you on Twitter. I'll send you his so you can go check him out. He's really cool.
Cool. Hell yeah. Awesome. I got some research to do tonight. It's cool.
Guys, he has the crazy that has nothing to do with his name. What does it start with again?
See, this is where I come into play. It's at makes.
Yeah, that's it.
Type in at makes.
Yeah, so it's at makes LLC. MAKES LLC. And I just DM'd it as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
he brings some awesome poetry.
It's amazing. There's so many talented people that come through. You just like want everybody to see them and hear them.
We're giving them a platform for that to happen. That's awesome. Like it's been one of the coolest parts of this journey is all the cool, talented people that I'm meeting and helping to give a platform to. Like it feels incredible. So, and as you guys, as you know, like you're doing a very, very similar thing here. And
the most fulfilling feeling that we've ever had on a Friday night is to see somebody that's been a listener for like 6 months and they come up And it's like the first time we hear their voice, and they'll sing or do a poem, and we're like blown away. Like, why have you been hiding down there? You know, like everybody's welcome. And a lot of people don't even know that they have a talent until they just try. So like we've just tried to make it as open, and it's total judgment free zone. It's like a karaoke bar. It's also like a poetry show. So I mean, we have so many different facets that we cover that I don't know. It's just I don't even know where I was going with that. But
No, I loved it, dude. You kind of gave me chills. Kind of gave me chills. Like,
it goes many different directions. Let's just put it that way.
yeah, that's awesome. And it's yeah, I can't even imagine how fulfilling that is. With you're literally seeing somebody just time after time on Fridays, just tune
Yeah,
in, and then finally they speak up, and oh my gosh,
even
yeah,
friends that we've made along the way that we know are super shy, and they've like come out of the woodwork and sang a song, and we're just blown away that they were so good, that they had the balls to do it, that they had fun. I mean, those are the most important things, that you have fun. I've never once sang and felt embarrassed. And that's like one of the main things. Nobody needs to feel that.
oh yeah, it's incredible that you've built a space like that. It's really hard to do. A lot of people try and do that, and that's super cool. Like again, I can't even like imagine how fulfilling that is, because this is like the most fulfilling thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
And it's I don't know, I feel like this doesn't even compare to what y'all are doing there, because to build a space like that where you're just being yourselves and just having people come up and have a good time over 6 months sometimes, it builds somebody's confidence and builds somebody's just place of being, and to see that happen.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's not about us. It's like what has driven it and kept it going is an entire community of people that just love to hang out. And I have some friends, they say they plan their entire week around the Friday night. Like they're practicing a song all week, you know, something like that. So
Hell yeah,
we'll be
man.
here.
Yeah, I actually understand that a little bit. The producer friend, I was driving to pick him up. I lived in Denver. He lived in Kansas City. We were going down to Austin, Texas, to South by Southwest, and I wanted to like blow him away with her rap all week. That's all I did was practice that one rap. Like, I focused on it so much, and I was able to crush it for him on our drive down. I was like so excited about it. So I get that. I get like the excitement of okay, this is gonna be fun. I'm just like it's all I can think about. And again, I know it is
Dawn's
the
wife
community.
knows a little bit about that, right, Dawn? From you practicing Biggie?
For me practicing Biggie.
I said, yeah, from like you get to annoy her while you're practicing.
Oh yeah. I always want to try and crush it. Like no mistakes. Let's go.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. I I annoyed my roommate. Definitely practicing those raps a bit. I think he was impressed by the end.
Hell yeah. We're always impressed by Dawn. He really kicks it out.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm excited to hear this, Don.
It's been a while
Left
since I did
E.
Biggie. I could do it again. I just don't want people to get tired of it, you know.
Could never get tired of it, bro. Like you could do one of 5 songs and just rotate that. And it would never get old. No,
Biggie
like
minute.
seriously, out of all of my friends that perform that rap, I really enjoy Dawn because he's spot on. You can hear every word and understand it, and he's having fun with it, and he's a great freaking performer. He doesn't know it, but he is.
I'm excited about it. I'm very excited about it. That's awesome. Hell yeah, man. I guess I can ask y'all a couple more questions and I'll let you go. But I do like to end this in a similar manner. One of my, I'd say, I don't know if I want heroes the right word, but definitely one of the people I look up to is Lex Friedman, if you've ever heard of him. I've only listened to a handful of his podcast episodes, but he's a lot about love. And that's really what his Twitter account is about, is, connection, being good and love. And he asked a few questions at the end, one of which is, for you, what is the meaning of life? So I'd love to hear that from each of you. Don, if you want to start that, or actually, I guess if anyone has an answer top of head.
I
I
can.
could go.
I'm ready for this one.
Hell yeah.
What? So, I mean, what comes to my mind when you ask that question, of course, a lot of stuff, but like truly for me, it's just about me being happy so I can make other people around me happy and just uplifted. We're going to like do the best, be the best, no matter what we're doing. And I think that's the meaning of life to me, is just like finding your people that can, help you stay focused and uplift yourself and stuff like that, so that might be a little cheesy, but that's my meaning of life.
I love
Mine
it.
mine would be to learn, grow, and evolve. Because there's certain things about either yourself or your situations that you got to change, and life is constantly changing and evolving. You gotta go with the flow or get left behind sometimes.
Love that too. Honestly, made me think of the live, laugh, love, but instead of that,
I
learn,
know.
grow, evolve.
At the same time, like, oh, this is gonna be cheesy.
No, threes are good, man. I like it. That's a frame I'd get in my house. I wouldn't get the live, laugh, love one, but I'd get learn, grow, evolve. That's right up my alley. Don, do you have an answer to that? What is the meaning of life to you?
Ooh, these are always tough questions. I think, like DJ said, life's kind of fluid, so I think it changes for people over time. But like, I'm a husband and a father, and my main reason for life now is just to provide and support a safe and loving home for my family and raise my kids and get them off to a great start. That's my meaning of life right now.
Amazing. I love it. I'm currently in my brother's basement, and he's a 1.5-year-old, and they have twins on the way, and went on a walk with him yesterday, and he was like, we had a very similar conversation. I don't think it's a more like noble thing that anyone can do in their life, truly more noble, more important thing anyone can do than be a mom or a dad. So that's awesome. And then I guess to leave it off, is there anything coming up that you guys are excited about on the show, personally, within the community? Just maybe there's a Doge story somewhere else that you got coming up, I don't know, week, month, just a few months from now? Anything at all?
Really, just the same old fun remixed every week.
Grind
Just
coming up.
Yeah, I mean, and we're not even worried about numbers of people. It's like, never really have. The more the merrier, but then people just need to wait longer in between turns.
Awesome. And Whitney or Don, anything at all?
Coming up with the show in the near future, is that what you're asking?
Anything with the show, anything personally, just anything you're looking forward to in life?
Growing season's coming back around. I'm a big gardener and I run a farmer's market stand, so like I'm getting kind of excited to get back to getting in the dirt and growing stuff again. And that's in the near future.
Oh yeah, what do you grow?
Lots of tomatoes and peppers and cucumbers and
Oh yeah.
eggplant. Trying to grow the eggplant, squash, zucchini. I grow a lot of stuff. Whatever people want to buy and whatever I like to eat.
Yeah, I know you're a gardener for real. That's awesome.
We
wow.
do have some cool giveaways coming up. Our
do
friend
tell.
Hothead has created some really cool AI art NFTs, and he's going to be gifting those away to people. We've got music from Vara Sky, another friend. She's a DJ producer. I have some more of those to give away. But I mean, really, it's just all about hanging out and having fun Friday nights with us. So
Super cool. So
I guess
love it.
the only thing we have to promote is more fun.
Awesome.
Come
What did come chill? All right. I will come chill this Friday. That is super cool what you're all doing and what you all have been able to, the community and feeling you all been able to foster. I don't think I'm going to be able to forget that you had someone listening for around 6 months or whatever it was, and they finally came up and they just crushed it. I get goosebumps thinking about it. That's super cool. I hope you feel amazing about what you've done, the little community you've built, because that is really special. That's a really cool, awesome thing. I know you do. I know you say feel fulfilled, and you should. So that's super. I'm really glad I got to talk to y'all and learn about this, and then I'm gonna come check it out. again, like this is really what this podcast is about. So it's super cool. I'm really excited about it. And I guess right before y'all hop off, let you go to dinner with your families and all that. Is there anybody in your mind that kind of represents the same thing that you guys do that you think I should talk to? That you think it'd be just awesome to let them tell their story to the listeners and to myself?
Oh, wow. I would say, because like we have friends that we would say are staples in the community that are like merchants. Maybe, I don't know, Go Doge Army. Would love to hear you with him and hear all about his 3D printing and his t-shirt printing and making
We
socks and
also,
adventures over the
for our
last 2
first,
years.
yeah, for our first year of DAGT, when we started up, he's been around since day one, Go Doge Army, and he actually would gift people his custom socks every week. So he has done a lot of stuff. And he's got a really cool merch store. That's a great
Yeah.
shout out there.
And at the same time, you could interview the Doge Moon, who has done some charity work where he basically just raised the amount of money that it would take to ship his product. And then he shipped the product to children this last Christmas at different hospitals and different facilities.
Oh my gosh.
So
Yeah,
like we've met friends like that along the way that are just, and they're still around doing really good things. They're really good people. So
we all have a Doge Moon. Everybody's got a
It's
Doge
true.
Moon.
everybody's got a Doge Moon.
What is a Doge Moon?
Oh, it's an awesome LED light. It's shaped like a moon and it has the Doge face on there. And you tap the little button on there and it changes between 3 different colors. And then there's also one that is static that hangs from a magnet. So it's actually levitating and it's only one color, but at the base of it, it's a smart charger for your phone, a wireless charger. Cool features. And he has that on sale on Amazon for like $75 or something like that. It's really reasonable.
Super cool.
But
That
yeah,
is
very
awesome.
cool merch that is associated with the whole Doge theme. So
Hell yeah. No, I'd love to talk to him. I'd be
yeah,
super.
and Go
That's
Doge Army
awesome.
does AMC merch too.
Oh, I've gotten a couple shirts. Some friends or family, when it comes gift time, they'll give me an AMC shirt because yeah, you're a crazy AMC guy. It's awesome. I'm actually thinking I'm about to move to Chicago. When I do, I want to get like a cool background. So my brother's got a pretty cool little background here. And I was thinking like Thursdays are for the apes, but I do want to include like all of retail somehow.
You should get a Hello Kevo flag then if he ever makes them available again.
Hello, Kevo.
Yeah, I'll send you his @ He does designs flags that have the Doge face on it, and
Cool.
very cool.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I need to get away. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. I'm
You've got some
picturing.
cool sports memorabilia up there, and I am a huge sports fan. And
Are
I
you?
see you.
Where are you from?
I
What
see
what
you.
what are your teams?
I'm from East Texas, so huge Dallas Cowboys fan. Go Cowboys!
We got
And
some Cowboys fans in our family from Dallas.
you look disappointed.
A little bit, a little bit. I honestly, it's more so I feel bad at this point. Like they get your hopes up every year. Every year you guys look good, and then just something
Bro, I'm holding
something
on.
goes wrong.
Yeah. Are we delusional at this point? I don't know. Go Cowboys.
Go Cowboys. Yeah, no, my brothers are great stuff back here. It's such a good background. I'm kind of sad to lose it, but I'm excited. Like I have this whole vision going for my background. Where like I want to include all of retail and make it look like obviously it's gonna look a little wild if it's about apes and dogs.
Bro,
And
get
all
some
that stuff.
AMC merch from Go Doge and some Doge merch from Kevo and get a
Yeah, that'd be
Doge
sick.
back there. You
It'd be
represent all.
sick if there's like a AMC flag, a floating Doge moon, and then maybe a rocket ship. Like
Yeah.
Hope.
Yeah.
And
Um,
Doge can
so
do
cool.
stickers too, so he could do probably like the vinyl sticker for a wall.
Hell yeah. Yeah, no, this is gonna be where I have to do it soon. I'm moving to Chicago here pretty soon, so this is gonna be the start of my background. I'm excited about it. It's awesome.
Dope.
Hell
He'll have
yeah.
back with the new setup.
Hell yeah. Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool. All right. I can let y'all go. I appreciate you making the time. I appreciate you telling me about your community, and I'm so excited to this is my first talk with anyone in Doge, and actually this is my first talk with anyone in crypto on a podcast. I'm so excited to dive down this community as well and just learn more about what's happening, because in one talk I've learned about just the nicety of the community. You have someone doing charity, but also doing merch and all these just different cool stories. And yeah, I'm so excited to be able to learn more about it. And it seems like such a great, awesome, just genuine group of who knows how many people. So
Well, since it's your
yeah,
first talk with anything about crypto, let us leave you with not your keys, not your wallet. So get your coins off of exchanges, put them in your own wallet where you have the keys to it.
okay. Yeah, I'm with you. I did make a MetaMask wallet. Is that the wallet you recommend?
Some people use that for NFTs. For crypto storage, I wouldn't necessarily. I
What
would
would you
recommend
use?
something like Trust Wallet or Coinbase Wallet, which is separate
Coinbase?
from Exchange Wallet.
Okay, Coinbase wallet.
Yeah,
I
or
actually
Trust.
I don't give financial advice. I'm just a lonely CPA who doesn't even work as an accountant. I do like Coinbase as a company. I bought them luckily very low. And
Yeah.
that's definitely one of my long-term holds. I think I believe crypto lives, and I think it's gonna serve a very, very important part of our society in the future. And
Well, make
Coinbase
sure
just
they
seems like
use
a
their
oh,
wallet, not their Coinbase exchange. So they
gotcha.
have a separate wallet, which you can actually have the keys to. So you can open that in any wallet.
Gotcha. Good
So
to
it's not
know.
tied to them. Like if they were to fold as a company, God
You still
forbid,
lose it. Yeah.
then you'd actually be able to move those keys to another application.
Good to know. Good to know. Yeah, no, I need to set that up. Right now, all no, I don't have a ton of crypto, but what I do have is in MetaMask. I haven't touched it in
Gotcha.
years, but
Yeah,
I've got
if
a
I were you, I'd
MetaMask.
move that to Coinbase Wallet.
good to know. I will actually. This is awesome.
Um,
Love learning.
you want to have crypto talks? We have so many friends, from people that actually develop on Dogecoin to others that are writing smart contracts for NFTs.
Whoa,
Yeah, you might
Yeah, we're
have.
in a space like every day. You can catch us daily, pretty much anywhere
that's awesome. No,
in
I
a space person.
that's so cool. I love like, dude. You're now I'm picturing it as a tattoo more than a picture even. Learn, grow, evolve. My dad, the one thing he's instilled in me is be a lifelong learner. Like that, like, literally, like those three words, like that's what he's nailed into my head, and I fully believe it. So yeah, any chance I have to learn more about any subject, but especially financially, I am
Yeah,
part of what
I
drove me to the
connect
retail
you
investor community. Yeah,
can connect you with 3 friends to where you could have in one podcast. You could discuss crypto mining, and you can just talk to somebody about mining, talk to somebody about running nodes on Dogecoin, and then you could talk to a developer that actually develops applications and develops with Dogecoin.
oh yeah, all three at once, one at a time, whatever they want to do, man. That sounds so cool. Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you. And also thank you for your time today. I know like everyone's busy in life, and you got a dog and a cat and you got some kids running around, and you don't have to do this. So I appreciate you making time. Truly. Oh, I
We
guess
appreciate.
oh yeah, no, anytime, guys. Anytime. I'm happy to I'm not broadcasting your message to thousands of people, not yet. But I'm happy to help broadcast a message that is spreading the good, truly. And this is a super cool community, and what the service you're doing inside your community is joy. Like if you're providing a product, I'd call it joy. And so yeah, I'm always happy to talk to anyone doing that. I'm really, really happy Stonk recommended I come your way. And, uh, Yeah, it's been awesome. I appreciate it.
We appreciate you, Troy, and look forward to seeing you Friday night.
For sure. I'm looking forward to it as well. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
Dogecoin
This
to
was
the
fun.
moon.
Thanks, Troy.
Doge to the
Dogecoin is
moon.
moon.